Honestly, just pick one, do that, finish that, get that sense of satisfaction of completion, and then go ahead with second thing. And that's what I did. I chose Involve. I did not think about anything else, although I have a lot of other passions. But I want to get this thing done. And as my mentor said, I want to see Involve in all the schools. I don't know if in the next 5 years, but in the coming years, definitely that it should become a norm. And then I'll think about something else.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Other Side, the podcast about life beyond college and the damn good stories of those who have tread this path before you. We are your hosts, Sabya
and Surya. And in today's episode, we have our first guest on the show, Samyak Jain. So Samyak is a recent undergraduate from IIT Madras, from the Department of Chemical Engineering, and he's also a social entrepreneur of renown. So Samyak is the co-founder of Involve. And Sabya, why don't you tell our listeners more about Involve and what they actually do?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Involve is a social enterprise and they work in the domain of education. So what they specialize is something known as peer teaching. I think Samyak will tell more about what peer teaching is and why they are working on that. And I think they are one of few, or I think the only one right now in India who is working on peer teaching. So they have been in existence for the past 4 years and they have been scaling up really well. So past 4 year means both Samyak and his co-founder Devanshu have been working on this from their college days. And for me, at least, it's really inspiring to see a small social initiative that they started in their, I think, sophomore year has grown into a full-fledged social enterprise. I mean, they're paying their employees now. So it's really good to see that. And if you see, both Samyak and his co-founder Devanshu have been different from the normal crowd. Like, they haven't taken the traditional path. And you don't see that many fresh college graduates going into social enterprise, so social entrepreneurship. Like, do startups, a lot of people have started doing startups now, but not a lot of fresh graduates get into this kind of field.
So I totally agree. I think that was one of the reasons both of us wanted Samyak on the podcast, since we are trying to get as many diverse people on the other side as possible. So I still remember the first time I met Samyak. I was in my sophomore year and Samyak was in his junior year. So Involve had just entered its second year then. And I met Samyak in Shastra, our technical festival. He had come with a bunch of 40 kids and I was supposed to show him around Shastra. So even at that time, it was clear that Samyak was very passionate about what he was doing. And it wasn't just something that he was doing for the sake of volunteering. It wasn't something that was just a part-time college project.
Yeah.
So what I mean by passionate is that it was clear that he actually cared about the kids and that he wanted to ensure they had the best possible experience. So that was 2 years back, I guess. And then just a few months back, I met Samyak again in Shastra. This time he had come back with 3 times the number of students because Involve had expanded to, I think, 10 schools in Chennai. Yeah, so the one thing that was constant was his energy and the amount of passion he had. And so when we started this podcast, that's why I wanted Samyak on the show, because he is so different from typical engineering college students. And I think he's someone that all of us can learn from. So
yeah,
I was really excited about the opportunity to talk to Samyak.
So Surya is your host for this episode. So why don't you tell our listeners what you discussed with Samyak?
Yeah, so it's a very wide-ranging discussion, which I personally found insightful and fun. So we talk about the passion, how Samyak found his passion, and went about working on Involve without overthinking like so many of us do. And then we also talk about the lighter side of things, about his life in Insti and what he likes to do in the limited free time that he has. And then we also talk about social entrepreneurship and the varied misconceptions that exist around it. So yeah, I found the discussion very exciting. I hope all of you do find it exciting and insightful as well. I think that's it. So we begin the podcast with Samyak by me asking him about Involve, how it all began, and where it's headed over the next few years.
So Involve started in 2016 when I was in my first year of the college. That time it was only an idea that okay, we wanted to do something because just after first year you generally do not get an internship. So we wanted to do a project, and the idea of the project came from Avanti, which me and my co-founder Devanshu were a part of, where we used to mentor 11th and 12th standard students for their JEE preparation. So I had two mentees for me who was a part of who were there. We used to go to Pondicherry, JNV Pondicherry, almost once in a month, but we used to daily interact with them, and just sharing a very good news that one of the mentees who I worked with is currently in IIT Madras doing the same course, chemical engineering, as me. So that was a great achievement, and that Avanti actually gave us a very good hope that we, being in first year and second years, can actually impact so much in the lives of 11th and 12th standard students. And these students come from a fairly underprivileged background, right? And I never thought that just passing out from JEE will be able to work around it so much. So that happened, and again, Involve is similar to that, where what we do is we basically train and mentor senior school students from 7th, 8th and 9th grade to teach their junior students from 4th, 5th, 6th standard, right? And the whole idea or vision currently is or from where it started is we do not have any mentors in schools, right? And the entire teaching is in the hands of teachers. Like if the teachers are there, the students will study. If the teachers are not there, the students won't study. We do not look around ourselves as fellows or as students, that there are other people present who already know certain things, and we can take their help to actually learn and build our knowledge. Similar to what we do in Insti, where a lot of people talk to their seniors itself to take their knowledge.
Almost all the studies that we do in Insti
are from yes. So we all always did that, right? We always relied on our friends, because I just before one of the examination, if it is tomorrow, I used to start studying at 8 p.m. the previous day, and the only source that I had were my friends, right? So we all have that friends already, and why don't we leverage them? This was the idea. This is the vision, where we want to see that people can actually take help from anyone and everyone nearby. But the amazing part in this is that when we actually teach someone, it is not only that we are giving it, we are also learning a lot of things. So according to a recent survey and an article which I wrote, I think 3 days back
on Medium.
On Medium, yes. Yeah. So it talks about how listening to a lecture, if you listen to a lecture, basically you will grasp 5% of the knowledge that was given, but if you actually teach, you will remember or know 90% of the things. That is the difference, right? So in college, in school, we only do the first part where we actually grasp the 5% thing. We do not indulge in teaching or sharing our knowledge. So once we start doing that, we'll actually be the learners who we actually want to. We want to understand the why of it and all of that. That is something will happen only when we start teaching. So that's the idea, where people can actually share their knowledge and can increase their own knowledge by teaching. And in Involve, we focus a lot on skill development also. So again, most of us definitely had 1 or 2 role models in the form of teachers, school teachers or college teachers, and we know how they are. So teaching actually improves a lot of things, because you have to, speak in front of people. So you have to be confident. You will slowly improve your communication skills, because if you do not do that, your kids won't understand. Like you have to empathize with the students, because there are few things which you have understood very easily, but the students might not understand it very easily as it comes to you, right? So you have to empathize, because now you have to explain it to them. So all of these qualities, which are very, very, very essential in the coming years, is something that I feel we are able to build it through Involve.
So you call this model as peer teaching, right?
Yes, we call it peer teaching. Yes. So just to tell about peer teaching, people generally confuse it with peer learning. So in peer learning, what happens is suppose there are A and B. So in this, both of the students can give and take and give knowledge. So there is no hierarchy in this. In peer teaching, there is a hierarchy where there is a defined person who is a teacher and there is a defined person who is a learner. And according to, again, research, peer teaching has been proven more effective than peer learning.
Okay, thank you. And where do you see Involve headed over the next 3 years? Like, how far have you come over the past 4 years? How many schools are you currently in? And what's your target by, say, 2022?
So, we are currently working with 20 schools. So, we are in 2 cities, Chennai and Bangalore. Our main target are government schools or public schools where the need is very, very real. Right? Although we have seen that in schools such as affordable private schools, there is a need, but there is a major need in public schools where there are schools with 5 sections and 2 to 3 teachers. So we do not have enough teachers to actually cater to all the students. So that is where our model we feel is very, very effective. So we're working in 20 schools right now with about 2,000 plus students, where in each school we have a ratio of 20 leaders who are the senior students who teach to almost 80 learners. So we keep the ratio of 1:4 in that way. So yeah, we have done quite a bit of pilot in our first 2 years to just understand peer teaching, because this is something that we are the only organization in India currently doing. No one else has ever done it in a very formal structure. So after that pilot, we after fairly good results that we have gotten, we understood that okay, this is something which really can work out, and then we started doing it. Vision is something that we are definitely, again, we have a huge vision. And yesterday only we were discussing with our mentors, and our mentors really want us to be in all the schools in India by 2025. Right? They want to.
And how many schools are there?
Oh my God! There are more than millions and millions of schools. There are 400 million plus students, and one of their vision for us is that the next policy, the national education policy which drafts, it talks about peer teaching as a norm in the school, just like some student parliament or maybe whatever is small norms which are very compulsory. It should be, peer teaching should become a norm in the school. So this is their vision. Again, when we heard this yesterday itself, we were overwhelmed because we have never thought that. We wanted to scale to 3 states in the next 5 years, where we wanted to cover approximately 50% of the schools. But seeing,
Which states?
again, we have not yet finalized that. We are still learning and seeing which states are the need is, and which states will be able to scale up very properly, because we need government support there a lot.
Yeah.
So seeing their vision, because again, these mentors are the one whose organizations are in India currently. They are working throughout the India, and I don't know if we'll be able to actually achieve that or not, but if they put that trust in us, I am very hopeful that we might achieve this thing where we'll be present in all the schools in India.
So I just move away from Involve for a bit, and I want to talk about you personally. How was your life in IIT Madras? I'm sure it must have been different to a degree, because what you're doing right now is not what IITians typically
Generally do, yeah.
Software jobs. So how was it for you? Like, what was the trigger for you to join Involve? What is the trigger for you to decide that this was what was right for you?
So I never actually very much wanted to get into IIT. First of all, I got to know about IIT I think in 10th standard because of my brother, a cousin brother who was in IIT Guwahati. And the only thing that I saw is that he's very much respected in the society. Like when he was in IIT, people used to talk, okay, he's in IIT and all of that. So the only thing that I really wanted is that kind of maybe respect from the people. I never really knew properly what IIT stands for. And honestly, after my JEE Advanced only, I actually searched, okay, what happens in IIT. Yes, honestly, I never knew, but I was very good in science. I loved maths. That was the only sole reason that I chose science, and then I wanted to do IIT, right? But then I got into IIT Madras, and then when I came here, then I saw, oh, okay, this is what IIT is. And
Was it a disappointment?
no, it was not a disappointment because of the shared environment. I think, I don't know, IIT Madras gave me that vibe when you enter, and the kind of
The people you meet and the kind of environment you're in, I think that
makes a lot of difference. The kind of people that you meet, and each and every person is individual. They are from different state, they speak different language. The English that I'm speaking right now is also because of them, because I had to interact in English, because no one, that is a common language in IIT Madras, right? So that was there. So from 2016, like 15, I joined. I don't know, I never thought anything, okay, I'll become something, or I want to have a name or fame in the organization, or that I wanted to create something which people will remember me for. I was not very aspirational, to be honest. But 2016 in 15, when Avanti came, I really saw something which I really wanted to do, because I wanted to share knowledge to people, and I know a lot of people actually struggle with that, and I saw that in being in IIT, it's not a very, like, you don't have to study always. So I had a lot of free time, so I thought, why not invest my time in these organizations. So I was a part of Avanti, I was a part of NSS then, and it gave me real sense, it gave me happiness. I definitely want you all to read my article also, where I talk about what happiness is for me, and I really live for myself. And if something really inspires me or makes me happy, makes me smile, I go for it. So that's why I went for Avanti, that's why I went for NSS, just because I wanted to do it. Again, I never really had a lot of seniors around me to get fun days, and I think that somehow that was a very good thing, because I was because of that, I used to check each and every S-mail, and I knew what was happening in Insti, and I knew what I wanted to do. I knew where I want to head myself to. So I never had someone to tell me, okay, Samyak, you can do this, there are these opportunities, because I knew everything what was happening around me. If I wanted to get some information, I had my friends who knew some seniors, so I would have got from them, but I never really wanted to do that, and that helped me a lot in some sense, because I never was biased with their thoughts. I always made my decisions, and even if I did something wrong, be it choosing some course, there was only one person to blame, and that was me. So I was very, very happy blaming myself for anything happening wrong, rather than blaming someone else. So I think that was there.
Actually, I just want to continue on the same line about your NC life. So obviously I'm also in my 4th year right now, and one thing that I notice is a lot of people gravitate towards the same things based on what seniors do, and majority of the times because they just don't want to miss out on opportunities, or because they need the prestige that comes with particular career choice. So did you ever feel insecure about where you felt your life was going? You had invested all your time and involved.
Yes.
And did you ever think that what if this doesn't work out, and like what am I going to do? I'm not like other people. Like, did these thoughts ever come to you? And if they did, what did you do?
So I don't know why it never actually came to me. I never saw other people as in what they are doing and what they're getting out of it. I was always into myself. I never thought what if it fails? Because one of the things that I've learned, so I went to this organization called Youth Alliance in Delhi, and the founder of Youth Alliance basically told me that you all are just 20, 21, 22, right? And you can't fix your life right now. Till the age of 30 is what he said to me, that you need to explore and you need to do each and everything, because you don't have that liability still with you. You can explore, you are young, you are energetic, and if you do not do and explore yourself or different opportunities available, then who else is going to be? So I never really cared what other people are doing, and I was very happy if one of my friend became COCAS, if one of my friend became given it to Kalsec or whatever. I was very happy, okay, they are doing something good, and I was satisfied with whatever I have. So honestly, that never ever came to me, and I think that also because a lot of my friends encouraged me also, that So this is really weird. So I think everyone in Instein knows that they're following that path, which everyone is.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Everyone knows,
Yet they still follow.
and
Because
yes, they are still following it. And it gave me confidence when my batchmates, when my friends from chemical engineering, they used to encourage me as Samyak, the work that you are doing is so inspiring. I wish we can take that decisions as you. And I was like, I didn't do anything, I don't know, new or something very amazing. I never thought it that way because this was something I wanted to do and I just chose. That's it. The only thing that I did was maybe social entrepreneurship is something that is not known to a lot of people, and this is something that was my calling, so I just went for it. So when friends like these tell me, so from work I used to come at around 11 o'clock or maybe midnight sometimes, and I saw my friends chatting and all of that, and they used to tell, they never had that disappointed. They always saw me as someone who they are proud of. So my friends were really proud of me doing whatever I was, and I hope they still are. Yeah.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
So again, just could you tell us more about why exactly did you see yourself as a social entrepreneur? Was there any particular reason why it made you happy? Like, was it the only thing you tried in Insta, or did you try a lot of things?
So I was in, again, that was also something social. I was in Sathi, but that was also like maybe helping juniors who were coming. I was a part of, again, social entrepreneurship club. That again is social entrepreneurship, and I think these paths were easy also for me, because I think other things, whatever spawns, Shastra, Sarang, all whatever, a lot of people were there. Like I used to see my friends waiting. Oh, tomorrow is Shastra's orientation. We have to go and we have to do all of this. Then we have to go and talk to our seniors about that. I never want. I think I was lazy. But and when I saw opportunities such as social entrepreneurship, which people do not talk about, so I wanted to actually go and see what happens there. And when I went there and when I actually did work there, it felt nice. Whatever I'm doing, even though people do not appreciate Sathi much, even though people do not appreciate social entrepreneurship club much, not much as in when the orientation happened of social entrepreneurship club, I think only 12 people in the entire Insti were there for the orientation.
And this is compared to say a Sarang orientation which has 500.
Even more, in the entire first year, the whole auditorium gets filled, right? I really wanted to know what exactly is the thing, and when they actually talked about different things, it really felt very what do you say? मतलब you see impact. कि impact तुम्हारे सामने दिख रहा है. You are able to see that impact in front of your eyes rather than being happening later, right? So when you see smile in person's face because of your doing, it really charges you up. I don't know. It happens to me a lot. And that was one of the reasons which I also was a part of Enactus. Again, that also is social entrepreneurship. So there were a lot of opportunities available, and as soon as I grabbed, as soon as I worked a little bit, so I did not work a lot in Enactus and in social entrepreneurship club, to be very honest. But whatever I did, it gave me a little bit of satisfaction there, and I really did not care what other people are saying, what other people are doing, as long as I was occupied. So I was very maybe selfish. I'm very self-centered in that way. If I am happy, then I don't care.
That's what you say in your article.
Yes. So the first line of the article is, yes, I am selfish.
So suppose, I think actually from your time and from Devanshu's time, right now I see there's more of a culture that we need to get socially involved. At least on the surface it seems like that. Maybe people aren't willing to actually go in full time. But what would you suggest to suppose the second year comes to you and tells you that social work makes me happy and brings a smile to my face, but I want to pursue this more seriously. How do I get involved? What would happen to my finances? How would I support myself? So I think these are questions that run through most people's minds.
No, correct. Because people, if you're an IIT graduate, people expect a lot.
Yeah,
people expect yes. Yeah, people expect you will get a 1 crore salary because of the newspapers that come. But I don't know. Money or finance was never okay. If I were to say like this, that people in social, enterprise, or people who are doing socially good work, they do get money. So it's not that I'm running Involve free of cost, or the 7 full-time people that we have all are doing it out of their own generosity. The world doesn't work like that, and you should not do like that. You have to be financially sustainable or stable, definitely. And few things that people do not know is there are a lot of opportunities available, and if you really want to do something, the only thing is you have to step out and find opportunities. So if you're looking for the things available only in Insti, you'll hardly find something, or if you have to create something of your own. And that is a real challenge, which I think people a lot of times feel scared to create something on their own. But if you're really interested, and if you really want to do something, I'm sure you will find something, because Chennai, so all the metropolitan cities, there are a lot of NGOs and there are a lot of people working for the benefit of society. You will definitely find. And if you really want to do something, you have to step out of Insti then, right? Because if maybe Insti is not giving you that much opportunities, or find people like you and create something of your opportunities in Insti and really get into it. Yeah, that's it. If you really are excited about something, then I know you will find your way. Otherwise, you are not that much passionate enough. There is something there which is stopping you, then find what is stopping you and just go ahead and get that thing done.
Yeah, interesting that you just spoke about passion, so I just want to get back to that. Like, at least me personally, I struggle to find out what my actual passion is.
Yes.
Some days I like music, some days I like
Correct.
other days I like solving business problems. But you seem to have cracked the passion problem.
Oh, no, not at all. So, doing something different is not that how do I say actually? Just because I'm doing something very different, definitely there is some passion involved. But that is not the only passion that I have. I have a lot of other things, like you said, right? I really like stand-up comedy, right? Because in the midst of doing all this startup work, I really want to see half an hour, 1 hour of stand-up comedy in YouTube. Apart from education, I really have other passionate things, such as I really want, again, as today's Women's Day that we are shooting, I really want to empower women in village, because I really believe in the power of women, and that is something that I've told Devanshu that in some years down the line, 5, 6, I don't know how many years down the line, I really want to do something for them. I really want to do something in terms of sanitation and thing which Devanshu is already doing something on that line, right? So I have a lot of passion, but you can't do a lot of things at one point of time, right?
You can't do a lot of things well at the same time.
Well, yeah, and also my thing is you should not do also. So think what you really want to do, and I'll say do not think also. Just pick one, go for it, get it done, and then think of other things. Instead of just thinking and planning कि अच्छा I have 5 things, इसको ऐसे से कर सकते हैं. For this I have to, for task 1 I have to do this, task 2. Do not think much. Either have a chit or something. Whatever you just pick something and go ahead with it. The problem I feel is that people think a lot, right? And there are so many things, like in Insti, right? There are a huge number of opportunities, and that's where I think the actual struggle comes. Now that I'm talking to, I can think that that's where actual struggle comes, because you have so many things. You have, and more than that, now you have YouTube where you can learn a lot of stuff. You have so many courses, edX, Upgrad is now coming. So many things coming, and people are confused. Okay, should I do this? Should I do I don't know, courses online? Should I take extra courses, or should I do a project under a professor? So many things, right? Honestly, just pick one, do that, finish that, get that sense of satisfaction of completion, and then go ahead with second thing. I think that, and that's what I did. I chose Involve. I did not think about anything else, although I have a lot of other passions. But I want to get this thing done, and as my mentor said, I want to see Involve in all the schools. I don't know if in the next 5 years, but in the coming years, definitely that it should become a norm. And then I'll think about something else.
I think that's very useful life advice for people today, because maybe 30 years ago it was a much simpler time. Like people
Exactly.
just had
Few choices.
You do suppose you're a chartered accountant, you do that, then you go to a company and work. Or suppose you're doing literature, you become a writer maybe.
And I think when people think about choices, they feel ki, what if I fail? If suppose there are 5 things, people feel that okay, they calculate, they do risk evaluation and all of that.
Yeah, they're scared that what if I miss out on this option
Yes.
when I pick that up.
You will always miss out. That is the whole point. Ki, I don't know how to explain this, but because there are a lot of opportunities, you need to shine out in something. And if you do each and everything in Insta, you cannot shine out also. You can't shine at anything. So just pick one thing, become a master of that. Definitely, you should try certain things to get knowledge about other things also. But you should always have one thing which you want to master or which you want to reach at certain level, after which you know ki you are satisfied, and then you move on to some other thing. And you should have that 1 or 2 options in your life and just go ahead with that. And trust me, the crazy things that are coming recently, the kind of startups that are starting, the kind of, like if people wanted to do stand up, now there are a whole lot of avenues. If you want to do music, there are opportunities available. If you want to do dance, opportunities available. For each and everything, there are opportunities available. It's just that you have to pick one, do a research or think what can I do and what will best suit for me, and then go ahead with that. Khatam, that's it. Do not think much.
So you told me about how your friends were very supportive about your work with Involve and all that. Could you tell me a bit about your family? What is their opinion? Like typically, as you know, most families assume you go to IIT, you come out with a well-paying job and so on. And your path is different compared to what
Correct.
You're not in a corporate job, so as to say. It's your own venture. So what do your parents think? Are they supportive of you? Where do they see you maybe 5 years later?
So honestly, I think I was able to take this decision of not sitting for placements and go ahead with whatever I was doing was because of my parents. But definitely I had to prove them also. Right? It was very important. It is important to make them trust you. You can't just do random things. Please do not do very random things out of a sudden and say, okay, no, I have to just do this, because they really care for you. Like it's not a very new thing to say, but every parents care for their child, right? And I had to give that confidence to them. So when in third year, I went to a conference in US. GS, yes, Global Engagement Summit by Northwestern University. That was a time, I think, one of the turning point that was there, because in my family, no one has ever been out of the country, and they seeing that because of Involve, I'm getting an opportunity to go outside. They were like, oh, okay, then there is something good. But again, still, I think my eldest brother, he was not very satisfied, because he was like, acha, abhi college hai, then you do it as a part of project and then you take up a job. It took me real time to explain to him specifically that I am thinking of this for a full time and not only as a project or something. So I think a lot of media articles which came for Involve, a lot of I went to Singapore International Foundation. So we were one of the 16 teams from around the world who were selected for this foundation. So all of this gave my parents, my brothers, my relatives a confidence. Okay, the work that he is doing, it is being recognized, and yeah, whatever he is doing, it's a good thing. Although they don't understand, not even they, a lot of people do not understand what social entrepreneurship is, because every time they associate it with an NGO, they feel that okay, he's doing just a service. So I just want to say, I'm not doing a service kind of thing for others. I'm doing a service for myself, because I really want to see myself happy, and I think it's a duty also, because I have gained a lot of things in life. I was very fortunate, and why not, if I have something, why not give it to others? So I had to convince them, and I feel it is really important to give that confidence, to give that trust to them.
So one closing question. What's been your most memorable experience in Involve? Like anything that probably even 20 years, 30 years down the line you still remember and be telling your kids that this is why I did this?
Oh my god. There's no one such memorable, because every day is very different. Every day is challenging. There are a lot of lows time, definitely, because I am not in touch with a lot of friends now. No one is in Chennai, right? So, and all my team members after 6 o'clock they go. So from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock I have to be alone. So I live alone. So you don't have anyone to share your feelings. You don't have anyone to just be there to listen to yourself. So it is very, very difficult at times. But then when you see the work that is happening, when you interact with people, when people praise you, then you charge up, right? So there is no one such thing, because it's a journey. It's all highs and lows, which makes you actually satisfied, which gives you hope ki even if something bad has happened today, something good will definitely happen tomorrow, because you are doing something good. So if you are doing that, I'm sure it will happen. The only thing which which really matters and which I really like is the people. Every now and then my team members, be it my mentors, be it different social entrepreneurs who I meet, they keep me going. They always give me hope. They always tell whatever you are doing, Samyak, is a great thing, just keep doing it. They are ready for help. If I call someone and say, I'm not able to understand how to maybe measure any of the skill. If I talk to anyone to understand, I don't know how to make a report, I don't know how to make a pitch deck. People are like, yo, I'll send you my immediately, and within 2 minutes you get that thing. So just that thing, people are around you makes it happy. But as it may sound that it's a startup and people feel that okay, a lot of things are happening and all, there are low times, there are times where you feel like what am I doing, right? But the only thing is you need to just keep going and just make sure you finish whatever you have taken.
So that brings us to a close. It was great to have you on our maiden episode, and I had a really great time talking to you about everything from your life to Involve to what you guys have in store for us in the future. I hope you had fun with us.
Yes, amazing. So I told you, right? I started listening to podcasts from past 2 months. It gives me a great pleasure to be a part of it. Thank you for choosing me, both Sabya and Surya.
So that was it from this episode of The Other Side. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can find us on Instagram at theotherside_podcast. And you're more than welcome to ping us with feedback regarding the episode and regarding any guests you would love to hear from. Meanwhile, stay safe, hit that follow button, share this episode with your friends, and stay tuned for more. Adios and see you again soon.